as part of our Happy Program Diaries, we are here at the KNUST Animal Science Department Poultry Section. Now, this structure that you see behind me has been abandoned for years, and as part of the Happy Program has been refurbished to start poultry production. Now, we have several young people who have been onboarded to come and learn, gain training and technical experience in poultry production. Let's go in, interact with these young people and see the progress, see how our birds, our chicken is produced right here in Ghana. So come with me as we engage with these young people. So before you enter into the pen, we have a foot bath here. You just need to dip the soles of your feet in there so that you make sure that you're not bringing any bacteria into the pen. Birds are very delicate. We don't want them catching any disease. I can already see some healthy birds here. I learned they are 2 weeks and 4 days old. 2 weeks, 4 days old birds, and they have about 4 weeks to go before they are slaughtered and put in your soup. All right, we have these birds here. We can see they have feed, they have some water. Wow, this is amazing to see. It's amazing to see lives grow. Wow. All right, so we have a lot of pens here. I can see it's quite dark outside, so there's light in there for the birds. They are feeding at the moment. Some of them are resting. And I can see a group of young people here gathered and ready to meet us. Let's go and talk to them. So I'm here with this beautiful young lady. As you know, on the Happy Program, we want 70% women. We want to give women equal opportunity to go into agriculture. So, dear lady, kindly introduce yourself to us.
Okay, I'm Jennifer Mensah, and then I'm an NSS personnel here at the Department of Animal Science.
Yes. Oh, okay. So, what intrigued you, or what inspired you to come and have your NSS here at the poultry section?
Okay, so it was because of the experience. I've loved poultry since my internship in second year, and then so when I specialized in animal science, I did something close to poultry, which was quails. So now when this project was introduced, or since
don't worry.
Okay, so but when I decided after completing school, and then I just weighed my options out, then I realized that doing my service here and working at the poultry sector will help me best, because I've not really handled a broiler before, but I've dealt with similar ones, but not the broiler itself.
So would you say that this experience has helped you to appreciate what you learned in school better?
Oh yes, so much. I know things from books, but then from the field it's so different. Yes.
Right. So how long have you been working here?
Okay, I've been working here since March. Yes.
Oh, okay. And do you plan on using the experience and the knowledge gained here in your future? What are your long-term goals? Do you want to go into poultry production, or is just something you are doing to, while away time?
Okay, so from what I've learned from this project, I intend to partner with my colleagues to set up our own poultry farm, and then also employ people to join us, then also share in the vision of MasterCard Foundation and Agri-Impact.
Amazing. So what will you tell other young people who are in their homes watching us and they're thinking, poultry, no, I'm too cool for that? So what would you tell them?
Okay, what I would say is that they're really missing out. Aside the experience, it's also fun to have colleagues who love it, and then you all stay here to cater for the birds from their day 1 to 6 weeks. It's fun. It's fun. Aside it being work, it's also fun, even though it's tiring sometimes, but it's fun. It's something that really can generate you something if you want to look at it from the business aspect.
Amazing. You said it's tiring sometimes, but no pain, no gain, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.
So we are still interacting and engaging with our participants on the Happy program. We have another lovely lady here, and we can't wait to see and hear her story.
Okay, my name is Priscilla, and I am a recent graduate from the Kwame University of Science and Technology. I'm about finishing my service this month, and through my HOD, I came to hear about the Happy project, and I was like, oh, this is quite interesting. And I wanted to know more, since we actually did a lot of theoretical work during my school years. So this whole thing is kind of a forum to let me learn more about poultry production, particularly broiler production. Yes.
Amazing. And what motivates you to come here?
The first and foremost thing is that I'm going to gain the experience of taking care of poultry birds. It's quite an exciting experience, kind of like nurturing a young animal and then watching it grow through your hands. Is like overwhelming, yeah. So that's the whole idea about this project, is to get the experience. Yes, please.
Amazing. So, as a young lady, doing your NSS here, are there any stereotypes about that? Are there any stigma? Have you felt, secluded at a point? How does it feel? How has the journey been?
Oh, actually, there's nothing. The guys, there are a few guys here. Most of us are ladies, and then the guys don't make it look like it is guys' work or it is girls' work. Like, there's nothing like maybe a girl can't do this, a guy can do. We are all everybody's being supportive. If you are to give feed, everyone is giving feed. If you are to give water, everybody's giving water. So there's no stereotypical nothing. Yeah.
All right, there's balance.
There's balance.
Amazing. So Priscilla, doing poultry, do you think it is beneficial? Do you think it's something that you can, earn a living out of?
Yes, I think so. Because unlike other animals, poultry doesn't have any religious stereotypes to it. Muslims can eat it, Christians, Buddhists, traditionalists, everything. And once you grow a poultry bird, you can fry it, you can cook it, you can grill it. It has plenty uses, yes. So there's nothing like maybe you are investing your money into poultry production and you grow the birds and then nobody will buy it. Nothing like that. There's nothing like that happening.
So there's money inside.
There's money inside.
Great. In the next 3 to 5 years, what do you see yourself doing? Where do you see yourself in this industry?
Actually, I'm learning these skills so that I would maybe like in 2 years' time, I will have a poultry farm on my own. But then I want to go to graduate school too, and then kind of have hands-on and then learn more stuff about the poultry and then come and invest it into my business after I have set it up.
Amazing. That's a very bright future. I think that I should come so that you employ me as well. Thank you very much for the conversation. It was lovely speaking to you.
Thank you too.
And we wish you all the best. We will come back in the next 2 years and see you with your poultry farm. We will come and chew your chicken.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. So we are still here at the KNUST Animal Science Poultry section, and we have one macho man here. I don't know if he developed his muscles by raising the chickens or the feed, or tell us some of the things that you do around here. Want to see the whole process. So kindly introduce yourself and tell us.
Okay, so my name is Kusiba Fojaba, and I thank you. I'm privileged to demonstrate to you how we go about things here when we come early in the morning. So I'm in a morning shift, and so if you don't mind, I would like to demonstrate.
Yes, I don't mind at all. Can I come into?
Sure. So the first thing you do is we have a biosecurity measure here. So you first have to dip your feet on the foam. We have disinfectants poured on it. So you dip your feet this way, and then you enter.
So why am I dipping my feet?
So it's a very security measure to help stop any disease or pathogens from entering the pen.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then these chicks are, how old are they?
They are 2 weeks, 4 days old.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Upon entering, the next thing you do is you clap to create awareness.
Wow.
So that you know the number of birds that are dead and those that are still alive. Yes. So after you are done clapping to create the awareness, you see when I clap, they are all alert. So I know that they are all active now. So the next thing is I'll take the drinkers out. Every morning we do washing of the drinkers each and every morning. Yes, because the drinkers become slimy overnight. So we have to wash them, and then after we are done washing, we then go about to shake the feeders. So this is how we do it. We carry it this way. We hold it on at the base so that it wouldn't pour to stain the litter.
Okay.
So we actually bring bowls inside, then we pour the water inside and send them outside. We pour them into the gutter. After we are done doing that, we then come to the feed.
Please hold on. You can't hear you. Hold on. Let me come.
Sure. So this is a sample of the feed we give to them here. Yes. So when we come this way, we just shake it, and then it will fill the voids inside the feeder.
So you spoke about the drinkers, how we need to change the water. What happens if I forget to change the water?
So it will accumulate dirt over time, and as the birds take them, they can be infected by coccidiosis, which is a respiratory disease in broilers. And then because of that, they can begin to die rapidly, and then it can transfer from a pen to the other pen. Yes,
wow, then let's all remember to change the water. Okay. So what else? After shaking the feeders?
After shaking, we then bring in the drinkers that we've washed. We fill them. So, and some days we add vitamins to boost their immune system. Another days we give them plain water. Yes. So after, then we then wash the corridors and then make sure everything is in place, and then we are done for the day. And then we run the afternoon shift too as well. Yeah.
Okay, and then you said how old are these ones?
So they are 2 weeks, 4 days.
2 weeks, 4 days.
2 weeks, 4 days.
Okay, but I can see that this one is bigger than this one.
Okay.
Is there a problem with
Yes,
hair?
so with this one, the problem is actually genetic. Yes, it's to give them feed ad libitum. So ad libitum meaning they have access to the feed at any time. But because of some genetic, disorders which we might not know of, it's not able to put on weight like how these ones are. Yes.
Okay, but I've realized that the level of the feeder is high. When they are, let's say, 1 week old, are they dropped?
Yes. 1 week old, their feeders and drinkers are a bit smaller.
Oh.
Yes, they're a bit smaller. So as they grow, we change. So now they are in 2 weeks, 4 days. They'll be using this one till the end of the cycle. We raised it up so that they don't, the litter wouldn't contaminate the feed. Yeah.
I see.
So from 2 weeks going, we lift it up to avoid the litter staining the feed.
So when you come in the morning, how many hours does it take you to do all these activities? So changing the water, shaking the feed, bringing back the water troughs, all that.
Okay, so per pen, a single individual can spend about 25 to 30 minutes with changing of the water, adding the feed, topping up the feed, and then also checking if the birds are in good state. But for the whole, if it's for the whole 24 pens, it will take all of us a maximum of 3 to 5 hours to finish everything. Yes.
Wow. And how many birds do we have in each pen?
So we have 400 birds per pen. Yes.
Wow.
So each pen has 400 birds.
So have any of the birds here been, have they completed the cycle to be slaughtered?
No, for now they haven't reached the maturity stage where we can slaughter them. Yes.
Okay, but then this is not your first cycle.
This is actually our first cycle.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Since the inception of this facility.
This is our first cycle.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. All right. So do you think you'll be affected if the birds are going to be slaughtered? Birds that you've taken care of with your heart. You come in the morning and come and, and then now they are going to be slaughtered. Oh.
Well, naturally, every individual who has spent time with an animal would feel remorseful when the animal is going to die. But since we are all interested in the commercial benefits of the broilers, we would put the remorse aside and then we would go through business.
If I were here, I would have named one. Maybe Lily.
Wow.
So if they are going to kill Lily, then I'll be sad. Or
yeah. Surely you'll be sad.
All right, so let's go on with the process. So after all these things, is there anything else?
Yeah, so after we are done, we then go out, we dip our feet back onto the water base we've done, yes. And then we go outside, and then we hang around to check, move from pen to pen to check the condition of the birds. And then after a while, we leave them to rest. Yes, because when we are changing, they move about and then we stress them. Because of the movement, they are stressed, so we just leave them to settle down for a while to see if some are going to die as a result of the stress. If not, then we leave them then.
Okay, but I see a board in the middle. What's that?
Okay, so the board is for the drinkers. We put them down to elevate it from the ground to avoid them contaminating the drinkers.
Oh, okay. All right. So why is there's no drinker on this one?
Okay, so currently we are still in the process of adding more of the drinkers. You can see some of the drinkers on the hallway, so we will be adding them out.
Okay, so when do you think this will be done? Tomorrow? Because the way Lily is sitting on this board, I don't know if I'm comfortable with Lily doing that.
So that's how they are. They are all over the place, and then we can't control that, so we just have to leave Lily to be there.
Oh, Lily. All right. So I've seen a few bulbs around, wiring going on. What are they doing? What are they for?
Okay. So the yellow light you see is to generate artificial heat for the birds. So in case there's an adverse weather condition where they cannot control their own body temperature, the bulb will aid that. And then the white light is to help them see and feed all the time ad libitum. Yeah, that's the use of the white light. And then the yellow lights are just for heat, to regulate their body temperature.
So do these birds, do they sleep?
Yeah, so they sleep when they are stressed. And then mostly during the daytime, because of the bulb, they are mostly active in the night. They feed when the place is very calm and then there's no noise. And so during the daytime, you find most of them sleeping. Yeah.
I see. That's very interesting. Lily is still sitting on the board.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Macho Man, for taking us through the process. I've enjoyed it.
Sure.
And I can see Lily still sitting on the board. Thank you very, very much. So you said in the next 4 weeks they'll be ready
for
slaughtering.
Yeah.
Please, I'll leave my number with you. Call me. Let me come. I want Lily.
Okay.
And then I want, 1 or 2 more to go and use for 1 or 2 things.
All right, I'll tag Lily for you.
Aha,
good.
Tag on Lily for you. In the spirit.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So we are still here at the KNUST Animal Science Poultry section, and through our interactions with the participants, they were all talking about how HOD introduced them to the project. They heard it from HOD, and now we are here with HOD. HOD, tell us how this started, how the motivation. I also hear that this structure was refurbished. It was in a bad state at first, and because of the program, now it has been refurbished and young people have been onboarded. Kindly run us through how it all started and where we are now.
All right, thank you very much. And as they said, I'm the head of the Department of Animal Science, and my name is Professor Christopher Henry. So we were contacted by our provost, the then provost by name Professor Ben Banford, and mentioned the idea of Agri-Impact partnering with MasterCard Foundation to introduce a poultry project to train and support the youth in terms of job creation. So we decided to hook up onto this project. And initially we had to create space to take these birds. And looking at our structures, it was in a very bad state. So we decided to renovate to take these birds for the training program. So we looked around and we realized that this pigsty, which has been there for almost 20 years, unused, we decided to bring it back to a state where we can raise broilers in. So I think I engaged the students. Then they were students and later became service personnel to help, and then we tooled this place with a service of other artisans to the state that we find ourselves in.
Wow, amazing. And so far, how many young people have you been able to onboard here?
Yes, we have two different streams, the production stream and then the value addition stream. So the production stream, which deals with the actual raising of the birds, we have about 22 student service personnel participants onboarded. And out of the 22, we hitting 60% females and 40% males. The target is 70-30, 70 females and 30 males. And with the value addition stream, we are expecting to get about 80 participants. And with the 80 participants, we are also looking at the same 70% females and then 30% males. And with value addition, we are going to set up the grill units within campus and outside campus, about 20 of them, where we have these participants manning the grill unit to create more or less a job and also to give them fulfilling and dignified jobs.
So if I understand that, after 6 weeks, when these birds are slaughtered, they'll be passed on to the grill units, where they'll be grilling and selling to the open market, or so that's the plan?
Right. So we have two phases. One that we give to an off-taker, and a sector of them will be fed to the grill unit. So after 6 weeks, when they attain the weight that the grill unit wants, that is where we will slaughter and give to them. So they grill and give to the university community and others from outside the university.
Okay. And Prof, how long have we been operating this particular farm? How long?
You mean this particular project?
Yes.
Yeah, we started exactly 2.5 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yes. And our birds at this stage, it's like someone's birds with about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, so these 22 participants, are they the ones that have taken care of the birds to this stage?
Yes, the idea of the entire project is to train them, give them the skills so that when they leave the setting, they should be able to do their own business and employ others or bring others on board through employment. So from the onset, we are just giving or playing small supervisory role. And they, from day one, went all the way to Dako Farms where we got our day-old chicks and the feeds. They set up the place with filling the rooms with the wood shavings, setting up the bulbs to provide warmth for the animal, and all other things that they've been doing.
Wow.
So they have indeed actually done everything. It got to a time where they had to sleep for 10 days to manage the animals, the birds, because they actually will need some warmth. So if no one is here and they are feeling cold, the next day you come, almost half of them will be,
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
They have totally engaged or more or less supported the raising of the birds. Yeah.
Amazing. Do we have any expansion plans for this?
Yes, we do, because this is more of creating job for the youth. And as part of our mandate to train the students, we also have to support government in terms of creating job for the youth. I always tell my students during orientation that KNUST will admit 20,000 students. Other public universities also admit. And at the end of the year, at the end of the day, when they are graduating, we have about 100,000 graduates. Where are they going and which institution is employing them? So we have to train. That is why we've introduced entrepreneurship as part of their training. And this is serving as a stopgap measure to bridge that unemployment gap. And through this training, the students, the participants, and the personnel will have some skill to more or less do their own business. So we have planned, because as we speak, just after the exposure to this raising of birds, they may not be able to build up their structures to start their own business. So we have plans of expanding our structures so that they can also be onboarded or given some rooms to also raise their own birds.
That's amazing. That's a very bright future for our young people here.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prof, for this initiative, for also being on board on the HAPPY program and helping us to reach these young people. And thank you for your time.
Good.
Yeah, here speaking to me about the project.
Thank you too.
And I heard after 4 weeks, these birds will be ready to be slaughtered.
Yes.
Please I'm registering 5.
Okay.
Yes, so
Okay.
after slaughtering, I'll come to you,
No
Prof,
problem.
and take
It
my
will be
5
grilled.
birds.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
To be grilled.
Very, very beautiful. I'll come with my 5 birds.
Right.
Thank you so much.
welcome.
Okay, bye.